I'm tall, I wear the hijab, I'm a Muslim. And thirdly, my husband is African American.
Easy come, easy go.
Hey guys, I'm Dukes.
And I'm Tima.
And we are the DUMA Family.
Welcome back to the journey, guys.
So in today's video, we're going to be talking about some pros and cons to having an interracial relationship or marriage. But before we do that, Tima has a few announcements for you guys.
Yes, guys. So we have a couple announcements for you. We wanted to say we have reached 1,000 DUMA Family members. Whoop, whoop. Thank you guys so much. You guys, your love and support and your constant commenting and watching our videos, we really appreciate it. We have a lot of new DUMA family members, so we wanted to say hello, welcome to our channel. Thank you so much. Comment below, say hi. You know, we like to engage with our audience. So say hi, you know, we're not shy. So thank you guys once again for helping us reach this milestone. Let's keep growing the DUMA family. Share this content with your friends and family, and let's get it. Our second announcement is, go ahead and tell them.
So you guys, we had mentioned in a few videos in the past that we were going to be doing a giveaway, but we had to reach 1,000 DUMA family members first. So now that we've reached that, stay tuned for that video that will be coming here soon. We're also going to be doing our first Instagram live as well as our first YouTube live. So make sure you follow us right there. It's on the screen at DUMA Fam on Instagram so that you can stay posted for whenever we do our live. And obviously, if you're not already a part of the DUMA family, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that bell so you're notified whenever we do our YouTube live. So those were our announcements. Again, thank you so much. And let's dive right into today's video. Like we said, we were going to be talking about pros and cons to an interracial relationship or marriage. So you know what? We should probably start with the negative stuff. Get that, you know.
Get it out the way.
That, yeah. So we're going to give you a few cons of having an interracial relationship or marriage, and then we'll get to the good stuff, the pros, excuse me.
Yeah.
So what would you say is a con to having a interracial marriage?
So I would say one con for an interracial marriage or any relationship is the language barrier. The language barrier can be a little bit difficult because if you're sitting in a setting with each other's families and your families are talking in their language, sometimes they forget or don't realize that you're in the room and you don't understand that language fully. So that can be a little bit of a struggle because you tend to feel a little bit out of place, out of the conversation. So that could be a con in a way. So
I don't think that it's that they forget that you're there. I think it's just that they're so used to talking in their own language, so they're just on autopilot. They don't mean any offense. But they're just talking and talking and talking. But you might be sitting there and not understanding, or you know, in that conversation, so you're kind of in the corner like, okay, yeah.
Should I laugh?
Yeah, okay. Oh, they're laughing, so let me laugh. So this could be a teachable moment. I think what's important for any of you guys who have this situation or in a marriage or in a relationship where this might occur, I think what you need to do, whoever's family that's happening with at that present time, you always need to be cognizant that, oh, this might be how my spouse is feeling. So if we were at my home and we are all speaking Wolof or French, which Tima does not understand, it's up to me to think that, oh, Tima is probably not understanding us right now, so let me jump in and be like, oh, this is what my mom said, or this is what my dad said, this is what my brother said, this is what my cousin said, let me translate. You never should forget that fact, because if I sit there and forget, Tima's sitting there looking at me like or not even looking at me, she just might be feeling out of place. So that's very important. So yeah, that could be seen as a negative.
So another con is being judged by society, or just in general getting stare downs when you're out in public. That is a huge con, especially for me. One, because I'm tall already. I'm 6'2" for if y'all don't know. So I'm tall, I wear the hijab, I'm a Muslim, And thirdly, my husband is African American. So the amount of stares that I get is ridiculous. So, I mean, if you're in a interracial relationship, you should not let that stuff get to you, because you're gonna get it constantly. Hands down, you will. There's no going around it. And just the fact that you feel like you're getting judged by society, you know, like people are judging you, and who knows what they're thinking, like, how do they end up together? You know, or what did their families say? Or I wonder if their families are on good terms, etc., etc., etc. So, you know, you run into that fear of getting judged by everybody that's around you.
Another great opportunity for us to learn that sort of we're not guilty of it, and if we're out and we see other folks who are in an interracial situation, we make sure that we aren't those who are given those stares. So that's definitely something for us to learn. So that's a great one. So another con, I would say, is important cultural differences leading to misunderstandings. So what I mean by that is, for instance, in our culture, or in the Desi culture, I should say, there's like the weddings.
Yeah.
Weddings are really important, and it's this huge event. Sometimes it's like, what, like 5-6 events?
Yeah.
Right?
They're a little extra with the weddings.
I know that that's important in the Desi culture. Yeah. So a lot of times I was confused, or I was like, so, you know, why so much money being spent? Because for me, I don't necessarily agree. So, but I had to remember that, okay, this is her culture. You know, this is how folks in the Desi world do this. You kind of have to let them do that and understand it. Even if you don't agree, you could agree to disagree. For me, I believe personally that weddings should be simple and easy, just friends and family, not these huge big shebangs and all this money spent. I believe that you should take that money and do something, I guess you could say, more productive with it. You know, like putting that money down on a house, you know, buying a car or something like that. But that's just my opinion or my difference. So it would lead to some of those misunderstandings. So I think that those cultural differences, which are important to her culture. So this is me. I mean, no disrespect to anyone who feels opposite of me, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an example, a real life example of something that, for instance, I've went through with this interracial marriage.
So I can see how that can be a con, but let's get away from the cons and let's go to the pros. Let's talk about things that are positive about interracial relationships. I definitely feel like there's a lot more pros than there are cons.
Oh, absolutely.
One specifically being the fact that you can learn about each other's cultures, each other's different foods, traditions, and things like that. When I married him, I got to learn so much about the Senegalese traditions, the Senegalese foods, in general, learning the language, picking up words here and there. It's just allowed me to grow so much and just has opened my eyes to so much.
It actually gives you more of an open mind. You know, you get to experience someone else's total different way of life than yours. Growing together, you're learning together, you're eating different foods together. So a lot of times we'll eat Desi Pakistani food, sometimes we'll eat African food. Well, obviously we live in America, so we're eating Chinese food, we eat soul food. I just like to eat all foods. But anyways, that's besides the point. You're just learning a lot about the world, really, and how it functions with all different walks, shapes of life. So that's definitely a great con to having an interracial relationship or marriage.
Shout outs to the Senegalese. I love Bissap. So that's my favorite Bissap. I be drinking it. I get too excited when I go over his family's house and they got that Bissap ready for me.
There it is. And you know, I love biryani. I love all of it. I love shout outs to Nano with Alu Prata. I'm waiting, Nano, for you to come back so I can get some nicely authentic made aloo prata, inshallah. Another pro, I would say, is you're also breaking stereotypes and misconceptions down. I remember when we first got married, and there was those who were against and there were those who were for, and I specifically remember one of my mentors telling me that you guys are breaking down stereotypes, you guys are opening doors, what you guys are doing is very powerful and going to be very beneficial to society as a whole. So he was really praising us for going out there and doing it. And I see what he means, because you're changing a lot of minds. Because a lot of people have these misconceptions that, oh, you know, what are you going to eat? Or how are you going to live? How are you going to get along with his or her family? How are you going to, all these negative misconceptions, like how are you going to survive because you're in a different world per se.
Yeah.
And over time, and they see that, oh, you're perfectly fine, that you are eating, that everything is good. You're breaking down those stereotypes and misconceptions. So I think that's a big.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the fact that you are in an interrelationship that can open so many minds and can change people's personas about, you know, different cultures. It's just a rewarding feeling. So that's a huge pro on its own. Is just being able to spread all of that happiness and joy and, you know, all that stuff. So
let's give him one more pro. What's
all
another
right.
positive thing about having an interracial relationship?
I mean, I think a big, huge one, being in an interracial relationship or marriage, is that it strengthens your relationship with each other. You know, because you're going into this relationship maybe not knowing a lot about each other's culture. So the fact that you grow together, you learn together, you face challenges together, it's just a huge pillar to your relationship that can help you strengthen it. So I think that on its own is huge.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video and these quick pros and cons about being in an interracial relationship. Let us know in the comments below if you agree with these pros and these cons, or even if you disagree. We would love to hear from you guys. If any of you guys are in an interracial relationship, definitely let us know, and let us know what your experiences have been like. You know, and if you're new to the DUMA family, again, welcome. We are honored to have you. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that bell so you're notified whenever we post videos. And until next time, I'm Dukes.
And I'm Tima.
Take care.